there's this magic that's happening right before your eyes, and you just get mesmerized. And I remember seeing that for the first time and thinking, oh my God, look at that. I have got to learn how to do that.
Oh, the ink making a letter, it's just really fantastic.
Just the beauty of a perfectly executed X, or the sound of the nib as it writes on the surface of the paper, you and the paper and your lettering, it's all one.
It's the interpretation of words in color, what hand, on what material, and that to me is the main attraction.
In this day and age when everything is so machine made, we want something that we can touch that humanizes us more. I think that's one of the reasons why calligraphy has its appeal. We want something to make us more human.
For more than 3 decades, the Washington Calligraphers Guild has celebrated the centuries-old skills of the lettering arts, while helping calligraphy flourish in the modern world as the creative expression of the written word. The Guild was founded in 1976 by renowned calligrapher Sheila Waters and her students.
We all realized in talking it over that we needed something like this, just so we could get together and share and learn. You know, just working in isolation is pretty boring. But when you can meet with people who enjoy the same things that you do, all of us raise each other up. Well, it makes you feel proud that people have really taken it and run with it and made something of it.
Without organizations like the Guild to bring in really knowledgeable instructors, there's no way that you can get a really solid foundation in the lettering arts anymore.
The Washington Calligraphers Guild provides countless opportunities to learn by sponsoring spring and fall workshops taught by world-class lettering artists, bringing guest lecturers to monthly meetings.
You want to enter the stone first.
Sponsoring trips to studios, libraries, and museums, making teaching an important part of the Guild's annual Calligraphers Craft Fair, and hosting the Letter Forum International Calligraphy Conference. 3 times a year, the Guild publishes Scripsit, one of the nation's finest calligraphy journals. Members can also visit the Guild's extensive library of lettering books, or go online to our website for information on calligraphy and a full slate of area classes and conferences. From novices to professionals, members learn new skills and increase their ability to go from idea to finished product.
Imagine what's going on with the other letters as far as the white spaces go.
What impressed me most about the Calligraphers Guild were the lecturers and workshops from well-known calligraphers from around the world.
And then come back here and put a exit stroke which matches the entry stroke on the S.
We would not only learn from the teacher whatever subject matter he or she had to present, but during breaks and at lunchtime when we were sitting around talking, invariably someone would share a new tool they had just discovered, or someone perhaps would be facing a problem with a project they were working on, and we would all talk about it. And so I would come away at the end of the day or the weekend or the week having learned many things from the teacher, but many things from the other students as well.
I think the very first day of class, I learned that I wasn't holding the pen properly, which was quite a shock. All this time, I'd had it down here. I had no idea what I couldn't do until she did that. It was awesome.
I think some people come to calligraphy with a very narrow idea of what it is, and the Guild helps them to really see it in a much broader sense and how it can be many, many different things. You know, turning your lettering into sculpture, or working in video, or on the computer in some way, or designing fonts. And then, of course, the whole art end of things, using letter forms in some way.
Studying in depth for a whole week with incredible instructors and partying and going to lunch and sitting across from someone that you've admired your whole life. I think that gives us such an injection of power and creativity and excitement.
That's not bad at all. Very nice.
Friday afternoon, it's amazing what people have accomplished either in 2.5 days or the week. All the teachers have a table, and they show amazing stuff that the students have done.
There was just such a good spirit being around other letter lovers. You could focus on something for a whole week. It was a blast.
And it doesn't matter how thin, how thick that is, it will work every single time.
It's amazing when you demonstrate calligraphy to someone because they can't believe that a human being is doing that.
The Washington Calligraphers Guild works hard to show the public that calligraphy is all around them as a vital and creative art. Our members display their finest work at the Guild's annual art exhibition. In November, many people are attracted to Calligraphers because they're looking for holiday presents, they have a wedding coming up, or they're curious to meet the calligraphers for the White House or State Department. But they end up discovering a world of artwork involving the written word. We also engage the public at information sessions at art shows and museums. The Guild oversees the annual Graceful Envelope Contest, an international competition that attracts calligraphers along with many other artists. Inspired by the contest's annual theme, they decorate and address envelopes of their own design and send them through the mail. And our members are responsible for important commissions that get calligraphy into the hands of ordinary people across the country.
The Guild exhibitions have afforded calligraphers on all levels the opportunity to show to the world what calligraphy means and how it relates to art and the art world.
The majority of people think that you just magically do this beautiful lettering and it's on the paper. They have no idea that you've spent 3/4 of your time in the layout and design and mixing the color and figuring out your paper surface and correcting mistakes. So it's interesting when you educate somebody about what really happens.
I was doing the final proof for the most recent Washington Guild perpetual calendar, and an acquaintance stopped by, happened to see what I was working on, and said, "Gee, calligraphy's not just addressing envelopes." It pleased me that in a small way I was able to reach out to the community, to expose someone to this wonderful art that's been so important to my life.
Calligraphers is the big day. It's the most fun for a lot of the newcomers. It's an eye-opener. It's fantastic to see their appreciation of everything we do.
You have a mini workshop happening over here in this corner. You have someone dealing with gilding and vellum here. Then you've got the items that the Guild often has for sale that you can't find anywhere else. That's a big draw for calligraphers. Did you get your name written out? No? Okay, go to that table. That person right there will do it while you wait. Yes, you can watch them.
The Graceful Envelope was a great experience for me because, yes, I had a deadline. I had to create an envelope following a theme. It not only gave me the discipline to complete a project, but also I learned a lot about calligraphy in the process. And then I saw that I was a winner. And I couldn't believe it.
People think calligraphy is something that's in a 1400s manuscript in a museum somewhere. They don't realize that calligraphy is everywhere.
This is one of the postage stamps I've done lettering for over the years. But when you do lettering for something like this, it's not calligraphy, it's design. And there are many, many roughs it's pen lettering, but then it's really designed to work. Every little detail has to be the right weight and so on, and to work in the whole design.
And I've done the last 3 inaugural luncheons for the presidents at the Capitol. To be there and see people coming in from the cold, sitting down to dinner at my place cards, it's quite a thrill.
Where else could a person like me do wedding invitations for a senator and then turn right around and do something very intimate for some Joe off the street?
It's amazing how non-threatening the environment is in the Guild. You might assume that because there are so many really high-level, world-class calligraphers, well, there's not going to be any room for me. But if you love letters, you have a connection, and they're open to talking to you and open to sharing.
The Washington Calligraphers Guild is a community of hundreds of artists from the Washington area and beyond, all connected by a continuing interest in lettering. We get together at monthly meetings, conferences, workshops, and field trips, and through cooperative undertakings like the Guild's annual exhibition, the Perpetual Calendar Project, and the Holiday Card Exchange. Artists outside the region receive our journal Scripsit, visit our website, and travel hundreds of miles to attend our workshops and conferences or appear as teachers and guest lecturers. For members who want to make calligraphy their profession, we share information on how to reach clients and run a business, and post an online directory of freelance calligraphers. And through the generosity of calligrapher, typographer, and type designer Herman Zapf, the Guild awards an annual scholarship to help promising artists pursue their study of calligraphy.
One of the things I most appreciate about the Guild is that it welcomes everyone into its membership, from the beginning calligrapher or even someone who doesn't practice calligraphy but simply loves the beauty of letters, all the way through the calligrapher who has been practicing his or her art for decades.
And the best part about the friendships that you make in the Guild is that you can always rely on these people to be good art critics for you. So they're your best friends, and at the same time, they're your best instructors too.
The Scripsit has just grown from this nice little booklet to something that I think could even become a coffee table book, because it's full of wonderful examples of the calligraphy arts.
That journal set the standard, really, for the rest of the country. And even if they lived a long way away, they wanted to join in order to get the journal.
Welcome to the Guild's library. I went to the library and it was a great resource. It has a lot of wonderful books there that you can get ideas and learn things from. We have about 700 books in the library, and they cover a wide range of subjects. So there's sure to be something of interest to every member in the Guild.
When I went to the Calligraphers Guild website, I saw the work of many of the calligraphers, and I was completely amazed at the quality and the level of expertise that I saw. I also found where I could learn more.
So I get calls all the time from people looking for a calligrapher, and they've gotten my name from the website.
No matter how beautiful this lettering may be, these are merely words on a page, without you to come to our meetings, take our classes and workshops, and make new friends. Join our community. Let the Washington Calligraphers Guild help you discover the joy of hand lettering.
The very first calligraphy class I went to, I couldn't get over the excitement of seeing this ink come out of the pen in the way it did. I thought, this is it. This is what I want to do with my life.
The light bulb went off one day towards the end of high school. I was on the phone talking to a friend, and I picked up a big pen and I started playing around with it just casually. I found myself making words, and the calligraphy was looking like what the word was saying. The word speed looked as if it was shooting across the page. The idea that you can make the calligraphy look like what it's saying.
It was so clear in my mind that this is what I was going to do that I went into work that day and I said, sayonara. And they said, why are you leaving? And I said, I'm going to study calligraphy.
By profession, I was a commercial banking financial analyst who couldn't even doodle at a boring staff meeting. And then I took my first calligraphy class, joined the guild, and became friends with many talented artists. They taught me how to activate my right brain, and instead of going through life just looking at things around me, they taught me how to see the world. And it has enriched my life immeasurably, and I will be forever grateful.